I feel for the New Zealand bowlers, I really do. On another day, Smith, I mean, really, Nathan Smith could easily have walked off this field with 5 for 65, 5 for 70 on his Test match debut. You drop 7 catches in a contest in the first innings, and you don't deserve to win a game. They're a long way behind, 151 behind. I think that's too much for me. England come out. If they can get the ball in the right area, get the ball swinging, and bowl at some tired bodies, get Kane Williamson in when the ball is moving, then all of a sudden I think England have a chance. And watch this space, an outside chance of winning either some point today or first thing tomorrow morning.
Let's be honest, New Zealand are going to have to bat, possibly look to score around 500, which would leave England 350, which gives New Zealand a chance of winning this Test match. So 500 runs is a long way away. So that 150 lead, very, very important.
Just the first delivery from Chris Woakes is dabbed at by Tom Latham. Doesn't make contact. It's taken behind by Ollie Pope, England's wicketkeeper.
And here's Latham playing down the wrong line, gets a thick outside edge, and he's caught by Brook at second slip.
Didn't look as though he did a lot wrong, Tom Latham. He did get forward and he played with a full face, and it's just looked as though on pitching it's just gone away from the left-hander, and it's gone at a beautiful catching height to Harry Brook. After the day he's had, would not expect him to put it down. Comfortable catch around knee height. An England strike, and unfortunately for New Zealand, Tom Latham on his way back. New Zealand 3 for 1.
Tough game, excellent delivery from Woakes. Yeah, you're right. I think you could say in both innings in a way. I mean, I think in the first innings when Latham got out to the delivery from Cass, it did nip away from him. It was pitching on leg. It was a difficult delivery. That one, he just looks like he's just pushed at it a little bit. It has hit the seam and moved away. And a good delivery by Woakes, and very good from Woakes' point of view, obviously, to see him picking up a wicket. His first in the match. He has 1 for 2.
Well, there was a lot of talk on whether he should open the bowling after his first innings performance, and I think that's answered his critics.
Here is Bryden Cass again. That's short, pulled and caught. What a catch! Gus Atkinson at mid-on has taken an absolute blinder. It was dipping and dropping in front of him. He had to dive forward. He got the backs of his hands on the ground. He's taken an absolute screamer. Not that it was travelling quickly, quite the opposite. It was dipping and dropping on him. Brilliant, brilliant catch. The mistime pull from Devon Conway. The third umpire can't believe his eyes as well. He's going to have a look and check this, but what a catch.
What a catch, yes. Atkinson's caught Conway twice in exactly the same way. First innings he was bowling that. This time he's catching him just straight mid-wicket. It was an excellent attempt to go forward. Got himself in a position to get has he getting his hands under the ball? I think he has, it's gone in from the right hand into the left hand. Has it stayed in his hands though? I'm not so sure. I want to see this again, but I would like to see this again blown up. It's gone in from the right hand into the left hand, and is the ball hitting the floor as he's landed? Both hands are down. Oh, this is such a tough call, I think, Manners.
I know Adrian Holstock, the third umpire, and he was a bowler, not in a dissimilar mould to Gus Atkinson.
He's giving it out then. And he's given him out, and it was a great attempt diving forward. I don't think it was the fact that he had dropped or anything. It was about whether on the way up, as in the ball's come towards Atkinson, it's hit the right hand into the left hand, and as he's now hitting the ground, making contact with the ground, is the ball going along the floor, or has Gus Atkinson got something under it? And Adrian Holstock says he's got something under it. I agree with him. I've seen it again for the second time. I think he's getting his hand underneath the ball, and it's a phenomenal catch. And now New Zealand are 23 for 2, 128 runs behind, Manners. They're in a little bit of trouble.
I have to say, I thought that catch was as clean as a disinfected surgeon's scalpel.
I like it.
What was wrong with that? I mean, I know what you mean. It's gone straight into the hands. Did the ball touch the ground when he, as he went to ground? But no, both openers are gone, and all your cricketing sensibilities were screaming out, that's a catch, that's out. But to the point you and
John have just been discussing New Zealand's top order issues. Well, they have 5, in my opinion, they've got 5 players on the spotlight in the top 7, based on their performances this year. That's 5 out of 7. The ones who aren't in the spotlight are facing the music right now. Another cliche. There you go. Williamson averaging 61 this year. Ravindra on strike, the left-hander. Drives nicely, straightish to the onside between mid-on and the bowler. Long chase, it's pulling up. And it will be 3 runs to Rachin Ravindra. He moves to 8. It's 45 for the loss of 2. He's averaging basically 50 this year. A couple of hundreds, and they're the only 2 players to go beyond 3 figures. But you just look at the calendar year averages. The next best of those playing in this test, I'll skip over Will Young. Phillips averaging 33, Mitchell 27, Latham's in a bit of a malaise, probably even beyond this year, averaging 25. Conway's averaging 23 and a half. Blundell 16. You're not going to win too many games with that many players aren't contributing. And I quite like the try to wait Ravindra outside of off stump. I remember Australia here at this venue. Full and wide, full and wide.
Short and pulled by Ravindra out towards deep square leg. There's a man gathering himself underneath it. He takes the catch. That's a brilliant catch from Jacob Bethel. Rachin Ravindra accepting the challenge from Bryden Carse. He's on the hook. He couldn't keep it down. And Jacob Bethel, the safest pair of hands, maybe. He's only 21 years old, but his reputation precedes him. And he's put out there for a reason. He gathered himself. He first had to shield his eyes from the sun to make sure that he was picking up the flight and judging it. And judge it he did. And Rachin Ravindra has gone, and New Zealand are 64 for 3.
Oh my word, what have you done, Rachin Ravindra? He hangs himself, he hangs his head as he's standing there. He's thinking what I did in the first innings was bad, but wow, that's worse. I'm sorry, clipping the ball off a spinner full toss to mid-wicket, nice, easy, comfortable catch in his first innings is one thing. But when you've been set up and the field is set for the short ball is a complete other thing, just to basically hit it, middle of the bat, straight down somebody's throat. The only thing that Jacob Bethel had to do there from a movement point of view was block the sun from his eyes. He did not have to move left, right, forward or back. He hit it straight to him. Good fielding positions from England on that, getting the angles right. But Rachin Ravindra, when you see that again, you will not be very happy.
Big appeal for leg before wicket, and Woakes has got Kane Williamson unless he reviews, and unless it's a successful review. But it looked straight, and it didn't look too high, that's for sure. And I strongly suspect that Daryl Mitchell has walked quite quickly down from the non-striker's end and just said, Kane, review, because you have to, because we can't lose you. But I don't think he's reviewed with any sense of confidence.
No, I think you're right. He has that hang-dog expression, I've got to say, of a man who knows that he's gone. Where's it pitched for a start? It's run a little bit wider and it's angled back in, and it's actually beaten the forward press and then gone through past the front pad. His back foot is behind the popping crease, and it's hitting the back leg above the knee roll, but it's slightly bent. And I'd have to say I think this is going to be hitting the top of maybe middle and off. From that angle, coming back in from outside, as I say, where he let the ball go on the crease.
Yeah, like you say, Kane Williamson is his body language is that of a condemned man. But we'll know more now. Impact umpire's call, Jeremy Coney, absolutely spot on the money, hitting, well, actually just below the top of middle and off, and Williamson has to go. So very good decision from umpire Rod Tucker. The question that he had to ask himself, the only one really, was the impact. Was it outside the off stump? But it was umpire's call, and so Williamson is on his way, and with him perhaps go New Zealand's hopes of avoiding defeat in this Test match. I know that there's a long way to go, and I know that there's plenty of batting to come. They've still got Glenn Mitchell making his way to the crease now. Tom Blundell's not been in the best of form. Glenn Mitchell, but well, I think I think, and I'm not the only one who thought this. The writing was on the wall when Tom Latham was dismissed so early on his home ground, where he's made a couple of double hundreds. Latham went for one, caught at second slip, and it was Wokes also who removed him. But I think Jeremy Coney, there is a possibility of quite a short fourth day, let alone going to a fifth day now.
Oh, I think that is certainly a possibility, unless suddenly one of the, I mean, Blundell hasn't been in the greatest of form recently. Mitchell has been a bit hit and miss, who's obviously made his way to 30 at this stage, and while he's looking relatively calm at the moment, it can change very quickly with Daryl Mitchell. And then you're into Phillips and the tail. So we, as I was mentioning before, New Zealand just don't have the resources that England can call upon when you're getting down into the lower order. Oh, I think that could be out.
Big appeal, and he's got him. It is reviewed. It didn't sound right to me. Sounded more of a thud than a nick. And there's a big deflection. It clearly came off something. Tom Blundell reviewed immediately. And just as Kane Williamson had the man of an air condemned, Tom Blundell has the air of a man falsely convicted. And he's standing up for his rights and for justice. And he's stomped down to have a chat to Daryl Mitchell to tell him that one has come off his thigh pad. And I believe him.
Okay, well, let's have a look and see, shall we? Again, that in towards the batsman. And certainly it has gone past the outside edge, has it?
It's very close.
Yes, it is.
I mean, it's come off his thigh pad. I heard the thigh pad noise, and I know a thigh pad noise. Oh! It's hit the edge before the thigh pad.
It is.
Oh, my word. He's gone for a first baller. Tom Blundell's gone for a first baller. Roll it through. I want the evidence that it hit the thigh pad as well. It's edge, thigh pad, gloves. Just agree with me.
What are
Ollie
you talking
Pope's
about?
gloves.
Oh, gloves. Gloves well worked in. Yes.
I mean, he
First baller.
He evidently is either Tom Blundell, that is, he didn't hear him or feel the nick, or he's delusional, or he's the ultimate optimist.
Yeah.
I mean, there was quite a big spike, wasn't it?
Was certainly. Large spike.
Big appeal for leg before. I thought I heard another noise, and not according to Rod Tucker. He's thought about it, and he's raised the finger. Just thought there was maybe an inside edge, but obviously not the case. He's reviewed, and quite quickly. I mean, it wasn't like a 10-second conversation with Daryl Mitchell. Glenn Phillips has reviewed that pretty quickly. 153 for 6. Bryden Cast was very confident. Ollie Pope and the slip cordon were very confident. Perhaps they're just willing another wicket, because it really would be. It's exceptionally hard to come back for New Zealand from here anyway.
Oh, he's missed it.
Doesn't appear to be any back. I've just got an ultra edge confirmed.
I think it
He's
looks
out.
like it's
He's gotta
hitting
be
the top
out.
of leg
Yeah.
stump,
For
isn't
me,
it?
this is hitting the top of leg stump. The way he went there with straight to the referral was like he's hit it. Two noises, like you say, Manners. For me, no, this is no bat. This is both pads. For me, with it being given on field, England were going to get another wicket here. Whether he's gone straight away because he's batting at number 7 and they've just got the bowlers left, but no, I think this is going to be a Jason, and Bryden Cast is going to get his 3rd wicket.
Given out, so it only has to be an element of clippage. Just has to be touching that leg stump, clipping it, and the original decision was out, and it's, umpires call it is clipping by the barest of margins. That is literally kissing the top of the leg bail. Well, Rod Tucker's got it right, but by 2 coats of varnish, according to the graphic. Of course, we can't tell exactly, but I mean, it is literally touching the top of the bail. Possibility in real life that the bail might have stayed on. We've seen that happen before.
Yeah, it was straight. You know, for me, as soon as the appeal went, I give it straight away. But Phillips went for the old referral, which you were adamant there was a noise there, so you thought there was 2 noises. Normally that means an inside edge or it's both pads, and this time it was both pads. It's just capping off what has been a very, very good day, not just for England, but for Bryden Carse. He's run in, he's hit the pitch. He's been a real menace to the New Zealand. Well, he's been a menace all day to the New Zealand team because he was a menace to the bowlers. And now he's been a menace to the batters.